Hey, it's me, Kagan. I'm back with another fantastic YouTube video. I genuinely have no idea if this is going to be interesting, but it's something that people have been confused about, I guess, for literally my entire life, so maybe it's time that I document a definitive answer. I am in my new apartment in my college town. I start my 4th year of college in 4 days. Pretty stoked. The apartment is a big ol' mess, so right now you only get to see the futon that my aunt donated. I had to turn the fan off because it was too loud, so I'm gonna get real sweaty real fast. Also, if there are construction noises during this, I am very sorry. Right outside of our complex, they're building a new apartment complex. It's at least 3 stories right now. I'm watching out the window. They work literally from 6 a.m. till sundown, 6 days a week. Yeah, that includes Saturdays. So, guess that's why rent was so cheap. Anyway, like I said, I don't know if this is gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna go for it. As you probably guessed by the title, this is about my experience having a phobia of dogs for basically my whole life. So I guess I'm gonna go over like how it happened, what it's been like, and where I'm at now, I guess. I don't know. So if you know anything about psychology, you probably know about classical conditioning. A really well-known case of this was an experiment in, I think, the 50s that is referred to as Baby Albert or Little Albert, where they had this baby boy and they would give him like a mouse, like a white fluffy like rat or mouse or something, like show it to him and then play a loud, horrible, shocking noise, and it would, startle him and make him really upset. And they'd do it a few times. They'd show him the mouse and then make the horrible noise, and he'd freak out every time, until eventually they could just show him the fuzzy rat and he'd freak out even with no noise. That's classical conditioning. You start to have a response to a stimuli that's not even there. I probably didn't explain that very well, but I'm not a licensed psychologist, so I don't have to. This is YouTube. I can do whatever I want. But yeah, I bring that story up because that's kind of what happened to me. When I was 2 years old, I think 2, maybe 3. I don't remember this happening. It's just been told to me by my parents. I was a toddler and I was strapped into a baby swing in my backyard. You know, one that has the little buckle and it's like a bucket on a swing set. Yeah, one of those. Just chilling, being a toddler. My parents go inside for just a second. You know, they're not being neglectful. They just needed a drink or something. I don't know. In those few seconds, the next door neighbor's Rottweiler broke through the wooden fence that separated our backyards and came charging down the hill in our backyard toward me. Never actually touched me. I didn't get hurt at all. My parents made it outside in time, grabbed me out of the swing, called animal control. Turned out that the neighbors had a meth lab in their house, so could have been some stuff going on with that dog. Who knows? But ever since that day, I pretty much until, I don't know, a year or so ago, I've had a debilitating fear of dogs. Yeah, I didn't get attacked, I didn't get hurt. It was just this horrible, shocking thing that happened to me as a child that stuck with me literally my entire life. All throughout my childhood, really until I was 19 or 20. It's gotten better recently, but until then, if I heard a dog bark, I would jump or wince or close my eyes. If I saw someone walking their dog down the street, I would cross to the other side of the street. I hate being around them. I still really don't like being around them, but I couldn't stand it. Trick-or-treating was a nightmare because you ring the doorbell and then all of a sudden there's 5 dogs barking, and the only thing separating you and these 5 dogs is your neighbor's metal gate front door, and then they open that to give you the candy, and then there's dogs running out, and so no bueno. Anytime I would go over to a friend's house, if they had a dog, my mom would have to first go and ask if they can put the dog in a bedroom or in the backyard or something. It was a whole thing. And sometimes they wouldn't want to do it. They'd be like, oh, can it stay out? And I wouldn't be able to go. It was that bad. There was a time when I was maybe 9 or 10 and with my dad and some other adults, I don't know. And a dog came, running down the street or whatever, and I panicked and jumped into my dad's arms, and the adults laughed at me, and it was great, and it's probably why I have 3 mental illnesses. A lot of little things about dogs would tick me off and make me have these reactions, like wincing or jumping or fleeing the scene entirely. Barking, especially, obviously. The claws on the tile noise, that still kind of sets me off. That makes me uncomfortable still. Even just hearing someone's key ring jingling, I will mistake it for a dog collar and have that reaction, which I guess is also a common psychological thing. I don't remember what the term is, but going back to baby Albert, even in his adult life, he would see Santa's beard or something and freak out. He'd see a fluffy white coat and lose it. So, oh yeah, no, they messed up that boy for real for his whole life. Thanks, psychology. It was always really annoying for me dealing with dog owners because most of them do not understand a phobia of dogs or even a dislike of dogs. I mean, you've probably seen the fun, relatable posts that are like, if you don't like puppies, you're a sociopath. That was really fun to deal with growing up. If you've seen the movie Airplane, there's a scene where a guy goes to some people's house and they have a giant dog and the dog starts just straight up attacking him and jumping on him, and they just let it happen. They're oh, he's friendly. Oh my god, I deal with that so much from dog owners being oh, he's friendly. I don't care if your dog won a Nobel Prize. I have a psychological reaction to its existence. I would like to not be here. Thank you. I hate so much when dog owners just assume that I want to pet their dog and they'll let it get close to me. I don't want that. Even if I didn't have a phobia of dogs, I wouldn't necessarily want to just go up and pet somebody's dog. Do we stop and think about how weird that is? Can we think for a second how weird that is? Okay, my phobia, I don't know, kind of stayed the same basically until I got to college. I'll talk about that in a minute, but even as a teenager, it was still really bad, and that was kind of embarrassing and weird and hard to explain to people, and I had to be I know, it's so weird, right? I don't know, I'm sorry, I wish I wasn't like this. Had to basically explain myself away to every single person I meet. It got so bad, I guess, that I had to ask people to warn for photos of dogs on the internet. I had, I have some friends who will post pictures of their dog on Snapchat or whatever, and they would message me privately on Snapchat and be don't look at my story today, there's a dog on it. And I literally needed that, because if I'd see it, my heart rate would do a thing. It's a whole thing. It's really annoying. But this was a whole thing that I had to be aware of. I went into, Chrome settings and blocked the word dogs so that I didn't, have to see pictures or videos of them. I found out recently that I had the We Rate Dogs Twitter account blocked. I recently unblocked it because I don't need that restriction anymore, but it's kind of funny that, I don't know, that was something that I had to censor myself from. Not everybody on the internet was so chill about it. Not everybody got it. Not everybody wanted to help out. I had a friend on the internet who got real mad at me one time, and decided to just start sending me pictures of dogs. Specifically puppies. So it was very clear that they were trying to make me upset and be mean about it, because even puppies was still a thing. I hated looking at it, and because I was on the internet, I was oh my god, stop, leave me alone, I hate this, you're making me so upset. Instead of being stop and just blocking them, I freaked out. They got their friends to join in, and their friends were oh my god, you idiot, why are you afraid of dogs, that's so stupid, ah ha ha, and kept sending me pictures. It was a whole thing, and I was really upset. You seen that girl on Dr. Phil who's terrified of pickles? God, I feel so bad for her. But that was me, and that was everyone else reacting to me. It was awful. The good news is that person's dead to me. They might, I don't know. And it's gotten a lot better for me in the last, I don't know, 2 years maybe. Being in college has helped because in my college town, there are dogs literally everywhere. It's unavoidable. My aunt and uncle, who I babysit for. I babysit my cousin for them. They have an old, you know, calm-ish big black lab that just kind of sits around and sleeps and doesn't bark that much. And I'm around that dog all the time when I babysit, so I've kind of gotten used to it. I've done my own little immersion therapy, and it's gotten a little bit better just from being around them. I don't have to ask people to tag their photos or videos of dogs anymore. More recently, I've actually started to like understand why people like dogs. Like I see like a fun video of a dog like with an egg in its mouth, and I'm like, that's cute and fun. And like, I never understood the whole like, oh, look at this goodest boy. Like I thought that was so annoying, but like I think it's cute now. I think it's fun. So it's very nice to like relate to a popular culture thing, because for a really long time I felt crazy and wrong for not getting it. So yeah, that's my experience with having a dog phobia, which I think is called cynophobia, but I usually just say dog phobia because people don't know what that is. All this to say, I'm a mess of a person, but like, it's okay, that's fine, whatever, I'll literally be fine. I'm literally fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. So if you know me in real life and you've ever like wondered like what up with that, or like if you're an internet person who like doesn't really know how phobias work, or if you have a phobia, or if you have a dog phobia specifically, maybe it's like that for you. I don't know, maybe it's different. I don't know. Tell me, let's talk, let's chat, let's get into it. Yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching.